Up, bro.
Okay, I think. Okay, Macha. Srivatsa, this is Rohit.
Hey, bro.
Up, bro. I
Okay,
heard a
bro.
lot of good things about you, Macha.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Macha.
From
Okay, wait,
Harikesh.
wait, wait.
Oh,
I don't
oh.
want to introduce Srivatsa. What's up? Tell us about yourself. What you've done.
Hey, Macha, not a fucking placement interview all over again, man. Don't give trauma now.
Okay, start with your band. Start with your band. What do you
Almost
do in the band? What's
always
your band called?
unprepared. So this is going to be the topic, huh? That's
It's
for
not the
you.
topic, da. Not. It's not nothing like that.
Yeah, Macha. My band is called Illusia. So we play what I mean. It's usually called old school heavy metal, also called traditional heavy metal. So inspired by bands like Judas Priest, Black Sabbath, Dio, bands like Accept, King Diamond, and so on, but mainly these bands, and also influences of Iron Maiden, Megadeth, etc. So we were formed in 2014, and yeah, so far we have like an EP and one album out. Our first album was out last year.
Damn, bro.
Macha,
So
couple of
that's
Great,
doubts
about
there.
it.
bro.
Okay.
I can share links. Yeah.
Share up link. We'll put it in the for the 50 viewers who's gonna watch this now. We'll put
Oh
it in
Yeah.
my
the description.
God, Rikesh.
Okay, bro. Wait. Okay, wait. Explain every line you said there. Okay. Explain what you said. You are backed by. What did you mean
This
by that?
feels like an interview only, Macha. Okay, explain what?
You said your band is backed by so and so people. No, or did you
Backed
say
by, yeah.
did you say backed by or
Inspired,
did you
yeah, inspired.
inspired? Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
basically, the
Explain
style.
traditional metal and what these inspirations like each of these bands do.
Bro, so so metal, one very common thing is like uh, distorted guitars. Okay, and heavy metal is more to do with clean vocals. So there are a lot of subgenres of metals where you have growling, right?
Hmm.
So heavy metal focuses more on the cleaner side of vocals. Some of these bands have vocalists who also do falsettos, like high pitched screams, okay, like King Diamond, or there are bands like Merciful Fate who have like the vocals are so high pitched.
Okay.
But again, focus on the clean side of vocals, and then you have your distorted guitars, like the riffage of most of these bands, right? It's
Hmm.
inspired. I mean, the riffage of most of our songs is again inspired by these bands. And then drums, you have your like your standard 4x4 meaning time signature, and then you have your double bass also to
Hmm.
enhance the speed of the song. And if at all, like mostly during parts that are more aggressive, right, you tend to play double bass, or you tend to play blast beats. Blast beats is again like a type of beat where you're trying to enhance the aggression in the song.
Okay.
And what else do I have to tell you?
No,
What
no,
else do
wait,
you
wait,
want
wait.
to know?
You are explaining what type of metal here.
This is old school heavy metal, like 80s. Predominantly, these bands like came into existence, and the style of music came into existence, say 70s, 80s, that period.
Bro, like, people used to screaming and shit, right? Like, high pitch screaming and all. Like, what makes that, like, pleasing to people? Like, why do you think people like that kind of shit?
I guess it's just the emotion, bro. Like they tend to relate to. Sometimes you
Hmm.
just listen to it when you're raging, or
Hmm.
I feel like it brings out that emotion in you.
Hmm.
I personally don't listen to a lot of music that has like growling vocals in it. But yeah, bro. Sometimes it's mostly about uh, how people relate to it, I guess.
Bro,
Okay.
there are like few Linkin Park songs where it's Chester Bennington, like, he's like starts screaming and shit, growling and all. Some parts are nice, but some point, like, bro, but a little bit headache is coming.
Yeah, that does tend to happen. But
Yeah.
then I feel like it just builds up slowly, bro. Like for me
Hmm.
at least, I first started listening not directly to metal, right? Because it's like
Hmm.
straight away you just don't listen to what's
Yeah.
at the far end of the spectrum. Started with like rock, classic rock, and then slowly hard rock, grunge,
Hmm.
and then you build it up to heavy metal. So it's like one scale, and then the intensity just goes from
Nice.
one end to the other end. So yeah. So if you
What's up?
start with yeah,
Hmm. What's up? But why do you think it started in the 70s in the first place? Like, what do you think created metal? Metal, no, in my opinion, like the general consensus you have, even among the people who don't listen to metal, or most people, would think it has a very darker side to it. It's the darker part of the music spectrum, right? There's more like people. There's more. There's more harsher, extreme ways in which music is created. It's loud, right? The lyrics are mostly about all these satanic, and I know there are different genres.
no,
I know
yeah,
there are different genres.
the lyrics are
But
also like written a lot about politics and wars and governments and yeah, I mean, there's a subgenre that focuses on the darker side, like you said, like satanic or whatever it is. So there are different genres, bro. Not all the bands write music about Satan.
correct, correct.
So
But do you think the whole metal genre started as a rebellion to the disciplined lifestyle they had during the 60s in America? Like because they were just out of the Cold War, they had a lot of, and the Vietnam War was going on, right? And then, do you think that concept is there here, or is that not there?
I don't think so, bro. Definitely not with all the bands, at
Okay.
least. At least the bands that we were inspired from were pure like heavy metal, and that's not orienting like too much towards Satan or anything to do with that.
Okay. 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 Cool. Then tell us more about your band. How did you guys start out? Who all are in the band?
So basically, right now it's Nitin who plays guitars, who is
Okay.
my childhood friend,
Hmm.
and then I play the drums, and then we have Vinish, who's our vocalist, who also happens to be Nitin's guitar teacher back in the day.
Holy
Like
shit.
he taught him guitars, and then we have a sessions-based guitarist. Like he's not a full-time member of the band,
Hmm.
but he plays live for us. That's about it.
When
So
did you
we
guys start out? What was your first gig?
first gig was a show called Sunday Jam. Okay, so
Hmm.
basically this show is like this year we played like the 25th edition of that show. So it's been going on for like 25 years. And this person, his name is Siddharth. He does it mainly to promote bands. Okay, so you can
Hmm.
just register. You have a stage. You go and play.
Bangalore.
So yeah, Bangalore. The Sunday Jam happened in Pini Amacha. It was in some on out like the stage was set up outside like one factory. Okay.
Hmm.
Now when I look back at it, full old school vibes I'm getting, but it was damn nice. Like my parents, it was the only show to which my parents had come.
Oh,
The first one,
okay.
and then yeah, it was pretty good actually. We were, like super young. I still have that photo like in my showcase. Looked
What?
like monks
Okay.
back then, but yeah.
What did your parents think of that show? Macha, you're like, okay, bacha, Rohit, context
Hey,
very.
because we were like,
Tamil
bunch
drama.
of, we were playing like all rock songs. Okay, so nothing like oh
Okay.
shit.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I don't know what was their perception of metal, but yeah, we were just playing around. They were just happy to see us perform on stage. So it was a new thing for them also, and they were
How,
supportive. So which obviously means
how
more.
many people were there in this jam thing? Is Bangalore the place in India for metal bands?
Bangalore is called the metal capital of India because
Is
a
it?
lot of the metal bands come up from here, and there's generally more, support to the metal scene here.
I think there's a
Okay.
lot of these Kerala bands also, right? Like the metal rock and all.
Oh yeah, Kerala, bro, they have very good bands, bro.
Yeah,
Very
Thai
talented
bridges and
musicians.
shit.
Yeah, very talented musicians. But yeah,
Hmm.
usually they say Bangalore is the metal capital because one other big reason for that is uh, there's a very big show called Bangalore Open Air that happens every year. It's the biggest rock and metal festival in India.
Hmm.
So I think that also contributes majorly to why Bangalore is considered the metal capital. But otherwise, even like other cities also have a very good scene going on.
Hmm.
Kochi has the
Bro,
best
so
crowd. Kochi and Kolkata, they have like very passionate people.
okay, I think you performed at both Kochi and Kolkata.
Yeah, yeah. They have very nice crowd.
Oh, wait. Okay, what is the other? What are the major bands from Bangalore who go there?
Bro, so the biggest metal band from India is Cryptos, okay? They've
Okay,
been there since a very long time. They're a really good band.
they're from Bangalore.
They played, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They played at Bangalore Open Air this year.
Okay.
And yeah, they're also a heavy metal band.
Okay, Macha, explain this community. Okay, I know that you had your like album released and all, and you got a lot of audience from the European countries,
Hmm.
right? You did, but how does that work? How do they figure out that there is a band in Bangalore, some fucking 1,000 miles away, but they're
So it's
able to be interested and actually buy your album from so far away? And what sparks that there in Europe?
a mixture of a lot of things, bro. Like, firstly, like you have to get in touch with like a promotion agency, okay?
Hmm.
Because if you just put out your songs, people out there are not going to know it. So these
Hmm.
promotion agencies, what they'll do, they will have contacts in all these countries. So they will push your music to say magazines and radio channels, and then to media houses like for an interview, or they'll publish
Hmm.
like a small piece in an article. Main source of people getting to know is reviews, bro.
Okay.
They'll review and then you put it up on Facebook. And then secondly, there are dedicated YouTube channels which support bands. Okay, so they'll put up.
Hmm.
So they have like a good community, solid 100K, 200K subscribers, and they will keep putting up videos. I mean, basically albums of new bands that come up.
Okay.
And the audience of these YouTube channels will mostly be in European countries. Like I
Okay.
said, there are channels like NWOBHM, which means New Wave of British Heavy Metal, or
Hmm.
New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal. Uh, and then there'll be separate channels for like black metal or death metal. So they'll have their own individual following. So once you put out your song there, people will listen. So that's one way they'll get to know. Then second is your reviews. Like I think outside people also listen to radio shows.
Okay.
Radio shows where they only play this kind of music. They only play heavy metal. There'll be dedicated radio channels. So when you listen to that, you'll get to know, and then they'll also link up your social media channels so that people can see. So that's how it works, mainly through promotion.
But it's a very niche community, right? Do you
It
guys
is.
like what is commercial success for a metal band? Is it Metallica level or like what is the bar?
Okay, I would feel like commercial success in the sense, let's say if you print 500 CDs, right?
Hmm.
You sell all of them. It's a very big deal to do that. Firstly, it's difficult to get people to buy CDs. Okay. On top of that, you need to play so many shows to sell out those many CDs. Because usually, much sales happen at shows.
Hmm.
Uh, so that is the driving factor of. And if you play big festivals, then there's a bigger chance of more CDs being sold. So I feel like if you print 500 CDs and you sell it, then for that
Hmm.
album, as an Indian band, I feel like you would be successful.
Bro, do you
So
think like as like in the internet and all, everyone's using that shit? Like, you feel like people are moving towards more like something everyone likes, like all pop stuff or or rap stuff. Like everyone wants to be like a rapper. Like 10 years back, everyone wanted to be in a boy band. Before that, probably
Uh,
everyone wanted to be in like a rock band or some shit like that. So I feel like
true.
as the internet just is everywhere, people just want like most of the artists just want to do the most like some of the average of what everyone wants to listen to,
What
and
is
it's
what
just
is the what is the trend at that particular time? I feel like they want to do that.
correct. I'll give
what.
you an example. Okay, we'll
Hmm.
take Linkin Park only. We spoke about Linkin Park. They start out with
Yeah,
proper rock, no, like their first
yeah,
album, full
yeah,
proper rock, like in the end and all proper guitar and all. But towards the end,
yeah,
if you see,
yeah.
towards the end, the last album, One More Light, it was all pop.
No, it's not only them, bro. I feel it's just the entire trend. You see the top, let's say the top 50 songs in every country or some shit. It's just
Hmm.
pop, bro. It's like nothing is specialized. There's nothing out of the genre of like pop and like whatever. It feels like
Correct,
it's just tending towards like the norm where everyone's like, okay, Machan, this is like a good
correct.
song. I like this album.
But I feel like the metal community does not like that. That was my question. Where
No, I feel every niche community will hate this shit. Like because they're losing their
Ah,
stuff.
correct.
Yeah, so
Every
every
niche
niche
community will
community
hate the
will hate
normalization.
what is the mainstream thing that's going on, right?
Like modern
Right
pop or
now,
something like that.
yeah, it's mostly pop. If you see how 21 Savage is becoming famous.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or even rap, bro, like hip hop and all. I feel even every YouTuber wants to be a rapper now for some reason. So I feel like rap is like the new, like, hip thing to do.
Ah, but but would you ever? I don't think like anyone who does metal would ever introduce hip hop into their like nobody would do a metal hip hop fusion. No, I
No,
think
no. I
who
mean, some people tend to do it, bro. Like metal and like folk and metal is there. Like folk metal is there, but hip hop, I don't. Okay, one good example is I think Brother V, his song. What was that? I don't. Aigiri Nandini. So
Hmm.
uh,
that is so fresh, bro. That's so new. Like that
Hmm.
is like a fusion genre only, right?
Yeah.
okay.
So if you're talking about that, see some of it is actually really good. But then
Hmm.
what you're talking about is completely pop, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't really listen to it.
Yeah.
How do you write? Okay, you're a drummer. Okay, I don't think we haven't spoken about that only. If you have to create, for example, okay, explain the creative process. You, Nitin, and your vocalist and your guitarist come together.
Mostly the creative
Okay.
process, at least. Yeah, yeah.
How
Go
do you
on.
guys start out? Like, do you guys start out with the lyrics first and then build the music on that and then you put in the drums? How do you write a piece of music like as a drummer? How would you do it?
Uh, okay. At least how we did it in my band was Nitin writes the guitar riffs first, right?
Okay.
We
First.
identify, huh? Like
Okay, it's the guitar first. You
the
get the
first
tune
layer.
first and then write the lyrics.
Correct.
Okay.
Firstly, we both, so Nitin and I work together a lot. And then once we have some solid structure, we try to get the lyrics in. So as far as the instruments are concerned, first it's the guitar so that we know, okay, what kind of a song, we're writing. Are we writing like a fast song, uh, it's like verse, chorus structure, or are we writing a ballad where we have like a slow section in between? So first we try to just figure that out. Uh, and then
Okay.
he writes like the guitar parts, and then I listen to them, try to come up with
Hmm.
drum parts on top of that, like what based on what signature it is, what is the feel of the riff, what kind of a beat would go. And once you have like a beat, then you have to work on the transitions. Like, okay, you have four lines of verse, then you go into the
Okay.
chorus. What kind of a fill or what kind of a drum roll do you play to transition into that? How do you change the vibe of the entire song by changing a
Hmm.
beat? So all that we figure out. And once we've reached somewhere with the guitar and drums, then we have the bass also complementing the guitar.
Okay.
Sometimes there will be scope for only bass and drum parts. Like in some of our songs, it will be just the bass guitarist and me playing for like 10 to 15 seconds. And then you have the guitar come back along with the vocals. So there'll be a bit of that also. And then finally, lyrics and the vocals and basically the melody line, how to add it
Hmm.
on top of the guitars. It'll mostly follow the guitars. So we'll try
Okay.
to keep it somewhere
How do you
around.
look for something very challenging to do? Like basically, when I hear a metal song, any song that I've heard till now, I will say it's amazing because they did something which is very difficult to do. A transition which was very complicated or something like that. How do you guys decide to do that without overdoing it? You guys don't want to do too many complicated stuff that makes the song very difficult to listen to also.
I mean, it doesn't
So it
have to
has to
be
Yeah,
be.
complicated to be nice, no. Like
it
Huh?
doesn't.
something
No, 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 no.
It doesn't have
I
to be
mean, like
complicated,
it's
but there has to be certain parts of the song where you're like, oh shit, they did it.
yeah, something that just I think sticks to you, right? Like something catchy. One second,
Hmm.
Huh.
put my phone on silent.
No, it's like if you hear Given Up, the scream in Given Up, that's something very difficult to do, and because you did it, that's the highlight of the song. No, do you guys tend to put that into your songs to create a highlight, or does it have to
We
come
do, yeah.
naturally?
Scream sometime we do. Like one of our song Lucy, and even like us, we have a single called Dreamtime Observer. So it does have a scream in the beginning. So we try to see, bro. Like we just think, okay, if we have a scream here, like I am
Okay.
playing the cymbals, since
Hmm.
having like a good heavy riff going on. So if we have the scream here, will it enhance the feel of the song? If we feel that it will, then we'll have a scream there. So it's there for the song called Lucy. Apart from the vocals, challenging for me as a drummer would be definitely like fast parts. Okay, like double bass. If I have to like play double bass, or if I'm playing like some kind of a blast beat or like some fast roll, I'll that'll be the challenging part, and I'll try to incorporate that in pretty much every song. But double
Okay.
bass, significantly, at least in our new album, it's there in like I would say, I mean, as a beat, it's there in pretty much every song, but very
Mm.
significantly, it's there in a couple of songs. So that would be the challenging part. But yeah, sometimes we just like in the process of writing, we just come up with something very random, okay, and then we'll be like,
Mm.
no, this is too complicated. Like sometimes if things are very complicated and if it's not making sense, right, then there's no
Mm.
use of going ahead with it. Like it's just
Okay.
making multiple like 3-4 changes in a matter of 10 seconds. You're not allowing the listener to uh, peacefully hold on to that one tune for a while. If you just keep changing like that and make it complicated, then it might not be that soothing to listen to. So we try to keep things simple. And what else?
Why do you guys move from a four-beat song to a non-four-beat song? That is very uncomfortable, but
It's
it
not
does happen.
uncomfortable. I mean, for us to play it, it's not, because I mean we keep practicing it.
Okay.
So it depends on yeah. So again, that comes down to what Nathan has written as the guitar part, like whether he's written it in 4/4 or he's written it in like 6/8 or 5/8 or 7/8, whatever that is.
Is that more challenging? Isn't the four-beat intuitional? Like,
It's intentional, bro. But then I feel like, I mean, after a bit of practice, you can just start playing that also 3/4 or anything. In the beginning, it
okay.
does feel challenging because like your brain is conditioned to 4/4, right?
Okay.
And you're trying to change. You're just trying to do something unexpected all of a sudden.
Hmm.
So and yeah, just sitting in the jam room, we do this so often that it just becomes muscle memories.
जी, जी.
Bro, when you guys like make a song, like let's say you guys have let's say 10 songs, and you have to pick like 5 good songs for an album or something like that. Do you pick songs that you like, or do you songs you think, okay, Machan, if I put this out, these people like it, and but even though I hate it,
A
like people
mixture
might
of
like it.
a mixture of both actually,
Okay.
but mostly about what people will like.
Hmm.
Like 6 out of 10 times, and then yeah, there'll be some like in the process of writing, there'll be something which we would have just discarded also. Be like, yeah,
Hmm.
bro, this doesn't really sound great.
Hmm.
So we'll just not have it as a part of the album. We'll just be like, okay, we'll work on it in the future and maybe just release it as a single or something
Hmm.
like that. So and yeah, so we do tend to do that sometimes. Some songs will feel like, okay, this is sounding good. These parts are catchy, so people might like this song more.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very difficult to have all 9 songs of the album sound good,
Yeah.
or
How much
all
software involvement does your music creation have?
a lot, bro. Actually, you're talking about software involvement, right?
Yeah.
The recording is basically the mixing, mastering, everything. It's all Logic Pro.
How much AI is used?
AI is not really used much. Huh?
Are you concerned
Like,
about what's going to happen?
not really, bro. Because I feel like at least music to some extent should have that human element, bro, to it. Like, okay, let's say I'm playing a live show and I fuck up somewhere, right? There's something human about it. Like even on stage, when the three of
Hmm.
us are playing and say one of us goes off, like immediately we have that intuition because we have that chemistry. We've been like jamming for so many years. Nitin and I will automatically come back. We okay. Let's say the last line of the vocals got entirely skipped. So instead of going to that line, okay, let me just put it this way, right? So instead of singing the fourth line, let's say our vocalist sang the third. Sorry, instead of singing the third line, he sang the fourth line, right? So
Uh,
now we have to go into the chorus a few seconds earlier. So that happens to us like intuitively. We just know that okay, now this line has been sung, so we cannot play another line of the verse. We go straight to the chorus. So since we've been together and that chemistry has been there, we can
hmm.
immediately go there. So even if we make a mistake, we know how to like come back. But AI, I feel like it'll just be too robotic, Macha. There won't be any feel to it. At least when it comes to music, I feel.
But this is
But
like you're saying in live shows and stuff, right?
Yeah, in live shows, yeah.
No, but like let's say there's an artist, AI artist, and there's a normal artist. This guy, the AI artist, can obviously push out like let's say 100 songs a day or some shit like that. Out of that, 10 will stick. Okay.
Like that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
that could be a problem. I feel
Yeah.
in terms of I think just the uh, just being creative and just like
Yeah.
coming out with music. Yeah,
Also, like like if you think about music, like when in a fundamental level, it's just music notes that somehow make our brain feel good. Like that
correct.
is, which feels more like a pattern than something which involves something like creativity. I mean, it obviously does involve creativity and stuff like that.
Yeah, but there is
But
pattern. Yeah, because people identify patterns, and that
yeah,
denotes, that's why they're happy when they listen to certain songs.
yeah. So don't you think something like something that can model this pattern and stuff like that will be good, better? Like like, okay, now I wouldn't say better, or at least as good as coming up with like good music.
Yeah, bro. Now with seeing how this chat GPT and everything is coming up, I'm pretty sure it's possible to do that. But I don't know how the reception is going to be like compared to actual music. I mean, I'm sure it
Bro,
can create
I
music.
No,
was
Macha.
I
One
was talking
doubt
to
is,
Harikesha like before this. Okay.
uh, uh,
Like bro, like in 1950 or 1995 or some shit like that. There was one robot called as Deep Blue that beat the chess champion,
Correct.
and it like at that point chess was like basically because any robot could easily beat any chess champion. But thing is, right now it's not like you're watching two chess play. I mean, two robots play chess. Like you still watch humans play chess.
That's actually a good comparison
Yeah.
to see where it would go. Like even if it happens, right? Maybe the
Hmm.
interest will be there for a couple of years,
Hmm.
and then it'll just come back.
no, no,
I
bro,
feel like
wait.
there's just something very human about music that cannot be
Hmm.
eliminated.
Bro, my doubt is why would the human touch go away? It's still you as a person creating the piece of music. Now, if you're gonna release it ultimately at the end of the day, the whole creative process, you'll use AI as a tool, but you would release something that you like. Why
Correct.
would that? Why would the human touch go away?
Yeah, it
AI is not
depends on
gonna
the
create the
extent.
complete piece of
But,
music. You're gonna release what you think is the best. So you are still deciding.
correct. It depends on the extent to which you use AI, right? So let's say, okay, there could be a scenario where you create the parts in your head, and then you make the AI record it. So essentially, it's not you recording it, right? So if
Hmm.
say if a person records, there'll be one small mistake here, there's one small mistake there, and sometimes
Hmm.
we'll just be like, "Acha, it's fine, leave it." Like when you record something, obviously the level of technology you have now, you can fix it, okay, in post
Hmm.
production or like when you're mixing and mastering, you can fix it. But sometimes we don't do that because it feels like okay, there is human. If it's just 100% perfect, it will sound robotic. So that's the reason we leave it. So fine, you can use it to make your life better in the sense, say maybe it can mix and master it. You don't need a person to do it, but end of the day, recording at least should be done by you. Now there might be a lot of people saying, hey, why should only the mixing and mastering happen by an AI? There is some human touch to it. So it
Hmm.
depends on what process of so what part of this entire process you're using the AI for. You can use it to
Okay.
make it convenient, but again, if it becomes too convenient where your efforts that you're putting it goes down,
Okay.
uh, then I don't know how, I feel like the quality of music will be affected.
Bro, okay, maybe this analogy might help. Okay, like let's say when Photoshop came out, like when like into 2000 or something. Before that, people used to like actually draw stuff, take a picture, and try to scan it or some shit, and make a digital copy, and then make changes on that. But then when Photoshop came out, you could have like assets and stuff. You literally make a painting or anything like that on your laptop, on your computer. So this tool basically reduced the skill required to produce an art like that compared to before. Because before you literally had to draw properly, you need to paint properly, you need to learn how to paint, you need to draw, you need to have that mind to your hand connection or some shit like that to like actually put down what you had in your brain down. But when something like Photoshop came about, it made the skill required to do the same thing reduce drastically. Now when let's say ChatGPT came, people who don't know how to code can actually code right now. Like people, let's say Harikesh wants to make a website, he can probably make a website right now, even though he doesn't know how to code. Thing is, the skill required to do shit has reduced. So you can do a lot more people can do a lot more shit. So I feel
Correct.
when there's something like ChatGPT for like music or something, the skill required for let's say me to make a music piece or something will be so easy that I can do it. Now only you can do it. On this call, three of us, only you can do make the music piece. Correct. What do you think? Like
Would you be able to play it live?
how does it
No.
matter though? No, but how does it
Yeah.
matter?
How does it matter?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but I think for me, I was looking at like a difference of
Okay,
uh, me writing music versus you creating it
correct,
using a software would
correct.
be that I would be able to play it live. You
Huh,
wouldn't.
correct.
Uh, at least in my genre of music, at this point, it matters.
Okay.
But yeah, in the future, it might probably not matter. So
Okay, just to be extremely clear, I hope this doesn't happen. I obviously want, like, let's say when I listen to J. Paul songs, when I listen to
yeah,
his
bro.
lyrics,
Even
I
I've had
understand.
like this
Yeah.
discussion like in
No,
the
I feel
band.
like, oh, yeah,
It'll be like, oh shit, what's gonna happen like with this AI and everything? People are gonna write like metal songs
yeah.
for
Hmm.
2 hours in the future.
Hmm.
So yeah, surely it can happen, but then yeah, just give it does give the opportunity to be opportunity for people to
Hmm.
uh, create music. But yeah, so we'll have to see. We'll have to compare the quality of what
Hmm.
they create versus what was created by say one generation behind or created by people who did not have access to these tools. Maybe that will be
But
a
yeah.
Currently, would you use ChatGPT to help you write lyrics if you wanted to?
probably not much.
Why? Why? Explain that. Why?
See, more. I mean, at least in my band, most of the lyric writing is done by our vocalist. Okay, so okay, in the future, if you ask me,
No. Your
mhm,
vocalist can use ChatGPT to make
he
his
can.
lyrics better.
Yeah, he can. He could.
No, I just don't understand the mindset. If that news breaks out, how would the community treat you? How would the community treat you? Because just now you told how important live music was, right?
Yeah, bro,
Which
it's very important.
And if that the fact that you're using AI to create lyrics, you're not completely using it. It's still your creative process, but you're using AI. If that news breaks out into the community, how would they treat a metal band once that goes out? Because I'm pretty sure when Autotune came out, everyone who used Autotune was made fun of.
Hey, bro, definitely they'll be ridiculed. Uh, because
Would that be considered cheating?
I think to some extent, because considering what the other guys are doing, like they're still, using a lot more of their resources to create something.
Okay.
They're
Hmm.
thinking a lot more. They're, sitting in the jam room and figuring out, okay, how to write, what themes to write about, and all that. And then you just like Google something and you have like the lyrics in 2 seconds. I
How do you know
mean,
Hmm.
they're not using it?
hey, much. I mean, obviously, I can't be sure about everything. Bro, see, like, okay, like writing lyrics, yeah, now you can use ChatGPT and all, but like even with drums, right? Like you can program drums. Like program drums is an actual thing that a lot of bands do.
Hmm.
But it's not like just because they have an option to program drums, they are not programming double bass drums at 270 beats per minute, like something that he won't be able to write. Like
Correct.
he might not have. Okay, there could be a lot of reasons. He might not have the time to go and record. He might not have the funds because recording is not necessarily cheap, right? It's expensive. When you have a software, you can like record drums at your home, bro. That's like such a big deal. Like you have a beat in your head, you can translate that sitting at home.
Hmm.
You don't even need a drum kit, much. Forget about going to a studio.
Hmm.
Macha, now
So
Hmm.
imagine this translating to it like me. You're talking about how software made your life easier, right? Because for like, you could record a song at your house at your laptop. But imagine me, I don't know how to drum. I don't know how to play. I can't sing for shit.
yeah, yeah,
I'm like, bro, imagine, oh, Macha, imagine the software that can make a music. What is there in my brain? I just wanted to get it out because I don't have the skill to do that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think you will be able to do that in the future.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. So you
But
don't
I
see a
don't,
future in that because the
It's
acceptance
actually
won't be
quite
there.
scary. Like
Huh?
because there'll just be too much of content out there. Like
bro, I feel
and
that's what happened with the EDM music and stuff like that, right? Like, there's some thousands new songs coming out every day. It was all ass, but people
I'm
just
just
put it out
trying to stay
anyway.
away from that much as far as possible.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but it can get quite chaotic, bro.
Yeah. I feel like it's be like overload of all these media and stuff. People are like, okay, much now. They meaning it's gonna be shit because there's so many shit artists making shit music using AI. They'll just be like, okay, it's AI probably can't sponsor shit music.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen if it's not moderated.
That's what.
But okay, wait. In any system, right? When you're involved in the system, you would expect growth,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Not just growth among your community members, but growth in general. Do you see, like, with the use of AI, more people creating songs in your genre, for example, in metal, and the whole scene itself growing, like more number of people being involved and more number of content coming out? Or do you think that should not happen and it should stay pure but small? Do you think growth is a bad thing, or do you think that's a good thing?
Growth is definitely not a bad thing. Of course, I
But
would
it will
like,
get diluted.
yeah, it's bound to happen. See, you're talking about using AI and you have a lot more metal artists. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Lot
I
more
think I
metal
think
artists, because you see, I might make a metal song tomorrow, right?
that's
I
all.
don't know shit. Like Rohit might make one.
That's
Someone
all,
might
bro.
make one, and there'll be more metal songs in the market for people to listen to. And some of them might be good also. Okay.
Correct,
The
but
output is
see,
good. The
necessarily, if
creative
as a
process might
band,
be bad.
creative process might be bad. I agree, but okay, you're saying that there is some output.
Hmm.
Yeah, so now you listen to that output once, right?
Hmm.
And then if you really like it, most people will want to watch that being performed live.
Okay. Okay.
Because okay, let's talk about in terms of like getting a kick, right? You got a kick out of listening to it. Now you're like, oh shit, how much better will this be if I go watch it live? You want to
Understood.
experience that. But most of these people who use this and create might not be able to deliver that.
I agree.
Then what happens? You slowly die down. Like, okay, from people who listen to your music, 3 months later, nobody knows who you are. So, being relevant is also what matters. That being,
Understood.
just what do you say? Just being able to create songs. You
Bro,
can
do you
create
think
keep creating songs.
you think this is what happened to like EDM and shit like that? Like there were so many artists there, everyone was say Martin Garrix new song, Hardwell new song, and then no, legit no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't retain it so much. I don't know. Maybe it's just with me.
Fuck, that makes sense to be honest. That makes sense.
What are the songs that you retain the most? Like songs like these that were created by AI or say which were easy to create, or yeah, just try to answer that question and see what are the songs that come to your mind.
I,
What are the artists who come
No,
to
I
your
agree with you.
I
Obviously, the
agree.
ones like no, I think no AI can write the way Eminem would write, right?
exactly,
Nobody
bro.
can write that song, but it's getting better. No, at some point it will be able
Better.
to.
No, bro, Harikesh, I would think this no. That okay, well, let's say you listen to some J. Cole song. No, like the thing
Hmm.
is, I when I listen to him, I know what like 10 years back, I know the songs that he made 10 years back. So I know the
Hmm.
thing is he has been growing, and the songs that he made 10 years back was ass. The thing is now he's so good. So when I'm listening to the song, it's not like I'm only listening to the song. I'm thinking about the entire journey that he's been through. Like when he's saying some shit, I'm like, okay, fuck, I know what this means. Like it's just not the song itself, right? It's not. It's just more than the content. It's like the background about the song, the person, the personality. And I feel that actually makes
There's a
more.
lot more character to the song.
Yeah,
And
Hmm.
also, like Harikesh, you said like, okay, 50 years later, an AI will be able to write like Eminem. But what about people? Like, what would
Correct.
be our capabilities in 50 years? That also would have multiplied, right?
I agree. Okay.
So
So
I think
if everyone can write like Eminem, that will become the baseline.
yeah, and then there'll be somebody else who's like way ahead, and then the AI will
Correct.
have to catch up to that.
Hmm.
So I mean, I feel like it'll always be like a race, and AI will probably just keep trying to catch up. I feel that's how
Okay.
it should be because if it overtakes us, then I mean, what are we going to do?
Is there creative pressure? Is there creative? Do you see other metal bands and say that you have to be better than them?
Uh, Not really much. Huh? For us, it's more about are we happy with what we're writing? Like
Okay.
but,
in terms of be it if it's giving us that kick, and also like we don't like if we feel like okay, one section of the song is just 4 by 4, we won't be like shit, bro. What this is sounding so easy? Let's do something complicated. We'll do some fast riffs. And all. We don't think like that. Like if we are
hmm,
happy, if it's meaningful to us, like
Hmm.
hmm.
when we are playing the music, if we're like vibing and just feeling the song, then that's more than enough.
Okay.
There's no
Cool.
pressure like oh we have to be better than this band or better than that band. It's always like try to keep it like uh, keep getting better with every release. Like you release an EP, okay, your next single should be better. Like, in term, not just in terms of like writing, but even in terms of production. Like there's a lot of things, right? One is your writing. How
Okay.
is the base? Where do you record it? Like if
Okay.
your song is written really well, like if it has like very dynamic structures and everything, but then you don't record it using good gear, it's not going to sound good. Let's say you do both, and then your production is not good. Like let's say mastering is not good. It's not going to sound good. So at every juncture, I feel like you should consider these three things and make sure all three are improving. Like even if one falls behind, then the overall
Hmm.
quality of the music goes down. So
Okay.
to ensure that the writing is better, you invest more into the recording, and then you get it mixed and mastered well, and then your promotion after that also you try to do it well. So
How do you define better in terms of sales or feel of
see,
what you
when you
think is
listen to
better?
it, you'll get to know what one is that like individually you'll get to know that okay, the quality of music is better. Second is when people tell you
Okay.
this is a lot better than your previous releases or whatever that is. Third is of course your sales.
Hmm.
And fourth is yeah, when you play it live, you'll naturally play like the newer songs, and you'll get to know like sometimes what song people want you to play and all that. So you'll narrow it down to that.
How economically
Hmm.
viable is this? Are you guys net positive or net negative in terms of amount put in versus amount that you have got now? You don't have to tell any numbers here.
Right now it's negative. We're
Okay.
trying to break even first. That will only happen for sales. For that again,
Hmm.
I'll do a lot of shows.
And why CDs? Like,
Yeah, bro. At
I
least pen
understand.
drives.
I understand that question, but there's still like a lot of people out there, bro. Like there are a lot of collectors, right,
hmm,
of series. It's a very small community, but they do collect,
Hmm.
and for us, it's like very important to stay old school. Like if you have an album, just having it digital, we don't want that. We want that to be on CDs, and it's like a nice thing. We really like it when people buy CDs. But most
this,
people prefer like buying other like T-shirts or patches or whatever. But yeah, CDs are like the most important thing in terms of
so
sales.
so merch is the most selling thing, no? In terms of returns.
Yeah, bro. Merch and the music itself, like be it digital or physical copies.
Okay.
Like sometimes they'll even make vinyls and all.
So you guys
So
earn
that
through like what, like Spotify and stuff like that, or like YouTube and all?
no, Spotify, pretty much every platform,
Okay.
iTunes, Amazon, YouTube Music. I mean, I don't think anyone uses Amazon Music,
Hmm.
but it's there, like just in case you want. And YouTube, of course, the whole song is there. Bandcamp. Oh, Bandcamp is where you can get the digital. Some people just get the digital copy on Bandcamp. Like
Hmm.
they'll just download the song because
Bandicam.
Bandcamp, there's a website.
Band. Okay.
Because
Bandicam.
YouTube will compress
Okay.
no matter what you do. Bandcamp, the quality of the music is better.
Okay. Also, I want to know, like, let's say, you're like on a day-to-day basis, right? How many companies do you like work with? Like, just band. You said you for like distribution and stuff. You use Spotify, YouTube, and stuff like that. So these are different companies, right? So what all companies do you like use to like distribute, create, and like sell songs and stuff like that?
Basically, okay, so there's two ways, right? Once you make music, either you go through a record label who will handle the distribution and the promotion and everything, or you're an independent artist who will do it, who will do everything by yourself. So we are an independent artist. We did have an option to sign a record label, but the deal didn't really work out. We weren't
Okay.
happy with the deal. So when you're trying to release independently, you'll have to like go through DistroKid to put out your music on these platforms. So that comes at a yearly fee. So once you make that payment, you can release the songs in all these platforms. So that's about just putting the song out there. And then for promoting it, of course, like I said, magazines where you have articles about the band, radio shows, and then reviews. Reviews play a very important role. Like once people read that, okay, this band has got a 9 on 10 for this album or an 8 on 10, they'll be like, okay, I need to check this out. And
Hmm.
most people in Europe are passionate about metal. Like, the love for metal is a lot more there.
Which
So
country
European
in
bands.
particular?
Germany is the main, like at least for heavy metal.
Okay.
And you have there are really good bands from this one Netherlands and Poland and Sweden. A lot of black metal bands from like Sweden. Yeah, and then US also, of course, because like there's something called like Bay Area thrash, which is basically your Metallica and all that. So thrash metal was also originated there. But Europe is more for like heavy metal.
Okay.
So we have a lot of fans from Europe.
This is the
If you
most
had to,
knowledge about. Tell.
no,
First,
tell,
ask.
tell. Unless you tell much,
This
that's
is the
fine.
most this is the most knowledge about metal I've received till now.
Bro, same, bro. Same. I'm not gonna lie, same. I was about to ask him suggest some bands to get started to metal and all. No, I'm
If you
currently
want like
student
start
right now.
listening to metal,
Yeah.
like you have to start with the gods, bro, like Judas Priest and
Okay, I mean
uh,
Judas
Black
Priest.
Sabbath,
Okay.
Dio.
Okay.
Like Ronnie
Do you?
James Dio is considered like the god, bro.
Okay.
Like his vocals are unbelievable.
You said Judas Priest and then what else? Black
Dio.
Sabbath. Dio.
Black
Okay.
Sabbath, Black
Okay.
Sabbath,
Okay.
Dio.
Okay.
Then there's a big four of metal also called like Metallica, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, and sorry, what am I saying? Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax.
Okay.
So they're called the big four. Amazing bands.
Okay.
So yeah, check out Judas Priest. So the gods.
Hmm. GG.
Do you know, by any chance, do you know Prashant Venkat? Uh,
Oh,
Prashant Venkat. He has a band called PA System.
oh
Okay,
no,
take care. Yeah, yeah. He's also from Bangalore, Macham. He had a band. I'm not sure he's still with it.
PA systems, sir.
PA System, Macham. PA System, apparently, it's called.
Okay.
nice one, sir.
Yeah.
Nice name actually.
Mm.
PA system.
No, I think it's PA, bro. I don't know which, bro. Fuck that.
No, it's PA only. PA only.
PA only. Okay, please. PA System, it seems. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I think we'll have to thank Vatsa for
Yeah,
coming on the
Obviously.
Macham.
pod.
Yeah,
Vatsa,
Macham.
you
I don't know how
yeah,
many people are
bro.
going to see this and be like, what this fellow's talking
Not
about.
much. We are trying to just have
If my
discussions.
friends see it, they'll be like, oh, so much is talking. So much
Hmm.
it doesn't talk.
Hmm.
But it's nice,
Okay.
guys. It's like a very nice community that we have.
Hmm.
Why are you
Yeah,
laughing,
yeah.
Harikesh?
All our communities are our school friends and our college friends.
It's okay, Macha.
Yeah, much. Yeah. Okay, wait. Let's stop the pod there.